Hello everyone, welcome back to the CodeIsha Training Center. So as per 30 days HTML series, we are discuss about the block versus inline elements in HTML. Okay, so let's get into the main slides. So coming to the today, our agenda is introducing the HTML and block elements and also inline elements. Okay, and also we'll discuss about the difference between block and inline elements and common examples for both of them. And also we'll discuss best practices with the real-time projects and also wrap up with the assignment based on today's topic. Okay, so coming to the first one, what are HTML elements? So HTML elements are building the blocks of a web page. Okay, so and they define the structure and the content of the web pages, so like whether it is header, body, like footer, right? So like these are HTML elements defines the structure and the content of the web pages. Okay, so based on they occupy space, the HTML are mainly classified into two, that is block elements and inline elements. Okay, so we'll see what is block elements and why we use that, and same also inline elements. And coming to the first one, block elements. So these block elements are start on a new line. Okay, and they are occupy the full width available. Okay, so whatever we have the width, it will all occupy. Okay, so what are they? That is the block elements. Okay, and it creates the separate sections in a web page. Okay, like whether header, body, footer, or any other content like site content. Okay, so these are all creates the separate sections with the block elements. Okay, and they contains the block and inline elements. Okay, so see, here's a simple examples of the block elements tags. Okay, like div tag, passage tag, h2, h1 to h6 tags. Okay, like heading tags and section, articles, ul, oil. Okay, so unordered list and order list tags also. Okay, so here's a simple use case about the block elements. Okay, like h1, p, and the div tags. Okay, so let's write piece of code for this. Come back into the code editor. Okay, open into the tag, copy this. So let's open the code editor. So we need to write here based on our thing. Okay, so where we can write the content inside the body tag, right? So now I'm going to the first h1. So is it inline element or h1 element, sorry, block element? Block element, right? So here's the, I'm going with the welcome code Isha training center. Okay, so let's refresh it on our web page. See here, welcome to CodeIsha Training Center. Okay, so here, and also we have the paragraph and the div also, right? So I'm taking only one thing, that is the h1 tag. Okay, so whatever you wish you can take based on your requirements. Okay, so and coming to the next slide, and here what are inline elements? So inline elements are don't start from a new line. Okay, so it occupy only space required by their content. Okay, so like these are inline blocks are contains inside the block elements. Okay, and appear side by side with the surrounding contents. Okay, and it cannot generally contain block elements. Okay, so these inline elements are contains inside the, sorry, these inline elements are inside the uh, block elements, but those block elements are not contained inside the inline. Okay, so I hope understand here, right, this point. And see here, p net p, which one, which block that is? That is the block elements, right? Block elements. And here's the strong, so this is the inline element. So where it starts inside the line, right, inside the block element. In that block element content, it starts the from the whether it is middle, whether it is closing, okay, so whether it is first, okay, so it will start based on our requirements, okay. So see here the examples of the tags: span, a tag nothing but anchor length, right, and the strong, okay, and m and the image and the labels, okay. So these are all starts inside the block elements, okay. So but can we use block elements inside the inline? We cannot, okay. So here's a simple thing. So let's write piece of code for this inline block. Come back into the code editor. So what we need to define first? We need to define the p block, right? Because p block is a sorry p block elements are contains the inline elements, right? So we cannot directly use these inline elements inside the block elements, okay. So first of all, I'm going to here CodeIsha offers the software, okay, software courses including the Salesforce, web development, and MySQL, okay, MySQL, Power BI, okay. So I'll save this one. Let's check how it is looks without any inline elements, okay. So see, it is totally normally visible, right? Yep. So now I'll change this something inside this line with help of the inline elements, okay. So see here I have the years software courses, right. So I'll add inside these software courses, I need to bold, okay. So for that I'll use the strong tag, okay. So strong tag nothing but this is a inline tag, right, inline tag. So I'll end it this inline tag from here. I'll save it. I'll save this one, and let's check how it is looks now when I am adding the inline blocks inside the block elements. Let's refresh it. See, now it is bold, right, because of I'm adding the inline elements, okay. So up to okay, right. So let's try to one more. I'm adding the for this I'll add the mark, okay, for Salesforce. So I'm closing the tag mark tag, and let's save it, and let's back into the web page. Let's refresh it. See, now it is what it looks. Color is yellow, right, because of I'm adding the mark inline element, okay. So up to okay, right, everything okay, right. So let's back into the presentation. So now let's discuss about the difference between the block and inline. So these block elements are start from a new line, okay, and these inline elements are stay in the same line, okay. So coming to the block elements occupy the full width, okay, and inline elements are occupied only what they need, okay. So let's see on web page. See here, from where to where it occupy, it's only occupy whatever we are given those tags, so it will occupy from that one only, okay. So it not going any other like web development or MySQL or Power BI, because I'm giving only for Salesforce with the mark tag, okay. So from before the Salesforce I add the mark, and after the Salesforce I add in the closing tag. So for that it will only shows the from here only, okay. So based on that tag it will occupy, okay. So it not occupy the full width of this line, okay. So up to okay, right, and come back into the editor, sorry, presentation, and it creates these sections, what block elements, and these inline elements are works within the text only, okay. And coming to the it contains the inline elements, okay. So these block elements are contains the inline elements, but inside the inline elements cannot use the block elements, okay. And examples here the block elements dev, p tag, and h1 tags, etc. And inline tags spam, a and also mark and also strong. So these are all inline elements. Okay, and next one, here's a commonly used block elements. So div for generic container, and p for paragraph, and h headings for headings, and sections it used for sections of the content, and article for independent content, and ul and ol for the list of the items. Okay, and coming to the used inline elements. So these are all span generic inline container. Okay, and a for hyperlinks. Based on our links, we need to use that a tag, and the strong for important content, nothing but bold. Okay, and em for emphasize context, and image, img for images, and labels for forms. Okay, so these are all inline elements, and we have the some are inline elements also there, but I'm adding only some of the tags. Okay, and coming to the best practices for these both of them elements. So use block elements for page layout and the structure. Okay, and coming to the inline elements or styling and the formatting text. Okay, and coming to the preferred semantic elements like section, articles, and any other related things semantics, you can use that over exercise dev usage. Okay, and keep html clean and the organized. So up to okay, right? Now let's jump into the next slide. So here's the assignment based on today's topic, like these both elements. Okay, so let's try to create h1 tag and add then p tag. Okay, so let's take one movie name and describe it about that in the with help of the p tag, and the add the div tag and the spam and the hyperlink and strong elements also. And also you can use different any inline elements, whatever you wish you can add in. Let's try to check how it is looks on the web page. Okay, so next, thank you everyone for watching this video. So I hope you this video helpful, and don't forget to the like and subscribe this channel, and share it to your friends with whoever the ready to learn these software technologies. Okay, so thank you everyone, thank you.